Am I the asshole for refusing to eat from my colleague's vegan birthday cake? I'm a 29-year-old woman. I'm working in an office, and I have a colleague who routinely makes fun of vegans. I am vegan, and I never make a fuss about food. I go to the same restaurants as my coworkers during lunch hour, and I can always find myself something to eat without announcing my dietary choices. My coworker B keeps calling me out on it, even though she's very condescending about it. She keeps saying I'm just having a phase, and she keeps offering me bites of her lunch that contain cheese and meat. And when I refuse, she just goes, "Oh, come on, it's vegan, I promise," wink, wink. It's very childish and annoying, and even other people asked her to tone it down, but she insists she's just joking. It's a hilarious joke. Last week she brought
29 years old.
Last week she brought a homemade cake to the office for her birthday, and when she put a slice down in front of me, I politely thanked her but said I can't eat that. She said the cake is vegan, and she made it specifically so I could eat it. But knowing her very loose definition of vegan, I asked a few questions about the ingredients, and she didn't check any of them for milk or eggs, so I thanked her again, but I refused the slice. She made a big scene out of it. She started crying and saying she just wanted to do something nice for me, and now I ruined her birthday.
Okay, throw the cake in her face.
Some colleagues told me not to mind her dramatics, but my boss told me that it was her birthday, and I could have given her cooking the benefit of the doubt. I sort of see his point, but I also feel like I don't need to justify my food choices to anyone, and I never asked her to make the cake vegan for me. Am I the asshole?
How old? Okay. I'm assuming that
we don't need to know the colleague's age, B.
Right. But chances are they're probably around the similar age. I don't know.
I mean, we don't know. Does that matter? Why does that matter?
Maybe she's working with a 16-year-old. So if she's working with a 16-year-old throwing a temper tantrum and being a condescending dick like this, then I could see that happening. Because when you're young, sometimes you just like want to push people like that.
Oh, when I'm picturing this in my head, I'm not picturing this coworker as a 16-year-old.
I guess it's like the most realistic thing I can think of, because it just takes a certain level of immaturity to be like this.
Yeah, there's plenty of old people who are immature.
I know.
Sorry, why are we talking about the age? Like, this is clearly, you don't have to eat anything anyone makes for you.
Yeah.
The social dynamic of... if you didn't previously have reason to think this person was completely disrespectful of your choices, and they had really gone out of their way to make something that you could also enjoy, and you refused it for no reason, there's a conversation to be had about, if that's impolite. At the end of the day, I think it's your choice what you want to eat, right?
Yeah, and why is the colleague making such a big deal if, like, another colleague of hers won't eat her cake? Like, you're crying about it? Like, you have the problem.
Well, given the colleague's previous comments and jokes, which aren't really jokes, it's just like trying to encourage a vegan to eat non-vegan food. I think there's a good chance this cake is not vegan. I think she's totally warranted.
I think she wants to antagonize her.
Yeah, and maybe even intentionally.
So then she can say, guess what you just ate?
Yeah,
see,
right?
You're fine.
Isn't it delicious?
Yeah,
I told you you'd like it.
Like, it's such a shithead. That person is the asshole.
Like, I can picture who this person might be.
Who?
Well, no, like, I know the type.
Who is it?
I know the type of person,
type of person
who thinks like they know what's best for you, and don't respect your choices, and like, it's this like kind of gross thing where it's like almost like you have to justify what your choices are to them, and if they don't agree with it, they don't respect it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have people like that in their lives, and it's the worst.
Yeah, I think that the colleague is clearly the asshole, and the poster is not the asshole for not eating their colleague's birthday cake, regardless of the reason. Like, it doesn't even matter. You don't need to eat someone else's cake. And if that causes a temper tantrum, then that person has issues who just had the temper tantrum. Like, who cares? There's so many times where at the office, like, I have colleagues who are celiac or vegan or whatnot or gluten-free, and we will make an effort to try and shop from a bakery that, like, offers those options. And then we'll try and keep a record of which was the gluten-free stuff and which wasn't, and then we let our colleagues know. And it's up to them. And sometimes we bring, like, stuff that the bakery said it was gluten-free, and then they might check online to, like, confirm or whatever. If they decide that maybe it's a little risky for them or whatever, then they just don't have it. Do I cry?
You don't burst into tears when that happens?
I mean, it wasn't my birthday, but, like, I don't think that should matter. It's literally irrelevant. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah.